changes. All right, welcome everyone. We're in August. School's going to be starting here shortly in our area. There's a lot of schools opening up today. Start out with approval of minutes for the July 1st. If you review those, please, and let me know if there are any changes or additions or anything else.
I will motion.
Jason, you're moving to,
Make a motion.
okay, to approve those minutes?
Yep. Second.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Cindy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. Unfinished business. Dustin.
So back to the Detroit and Pope Street, we brought this to, the meeting last month, so, just kind of recap a little bit, we had the historical concerns of the reports of truck traffic using, this route, reports of high rates of speed, people trying to beat the traffic signal, concerned with motorists cutting the corner short from Perry, turning onto South Detroit, encroaching into the other lane, sight vision issues when turning left off of Pope Street, traffic stacking on Pope Street, trying to turn left onto South Detroit Street, many near miss accidents reported with difficulty having the turn signal to reset to know where the traffic was going straight or turning right onto Pope Street, and high traffic volumes early in the morning as well as mid-afternoon, often associated with the school times ending times. So in the action taken to this point, we had VS Engineering look into, or conduct an extremely thorough traffic analysis, for the area. We asked them to come up with some different action plans, both short-term and long-term. They developed 6 action plans that were narrowed down to 3, by the city, short-term and long-term. The short-term plan with, right turn only onto Pope Street and right turn only off of Pope Street, heading up to Winona, actually currently fits in with our necessary road maintenance that is currently needed on, East Prairie Street and South Detroit Street. The goal here would be to reroute truck traffic away from that area, entice slower speeds as the right turn only option. There would be no need to try to beat the traffic signal. The goal would be to eliminate the State Road 15 traffic from the area, as this would force them on further east. Would eliminate the sight problem turning off of Pope Street as well, as you would only be able to turn right, heading on to Winona, not worried about the oncoming traffic headed north. And would shift traffic to the more arterial streets built to better handle the traffic volumes. So kind of circling back with the traffic condition, I know as far as public works, we had 3 people actually reach out after encouraged engagement from the community. One was in favor of the project for sure, of just the new At this point, I kind of open up the traffic commission members to see if anybody else had any feedback or comments, concerns with what we went over last month and what we're kind of, potentially looking to do. Anyone else have any feedback?
I didn't have anybody reach out to me.
I didn't know.
I had a couple notes that I shared with you already related to the Ride Walk Advisory Committee. Just with some questions and concerns about potentially integrating bike and pedestrian markings. So we did discuss that. I just wanted to make that known in the public meeting.
I would say, after our July meeting, the mayor's office and I was went with Warsaw Community Schools, and I went over the logistics moving forward with, again, our project of incorporating both middle schools into the Lakeview area for the future and stuff. And WCHS, their team assured us that they were in support of the short-term project to improve over the overall safety of the intersection as well. So they did not see any issues with that area, so.
Did they have any comment for the long term?
They liked the long term as well. They thought that would drastically improve, but, agreed that that's maybe a little bit over-engineered for where we're at this point. So.
The only concerns that that were brought to me was by Glass, and they're obviously concerned about, encroaching on their building. I don't believe this, what we're looking at is going to do that in any way, shape or form.
No, what we have proposed here for that short-term solution is strictly on the roadway itself. It would not be, going outside the curbs, from there. So that would be all on that curb. So, yeah.
On the long term, that's the same, they did,
Long-term did not encroach onto their property itself. There was some right-of-way acquisition and some property acquisition that would be necessary, but not from Warsaw Class itself. Again, our goal here is gonna improve the ongoing escalating situation, incorporate it with some necessary road maintenance. The PASER ratings, the annual ratings for those roads are getting to the point where pavement preservation needs are there. If you travel those roads, you can see there's plenty of failures and some needs there. So we do have this budgeted for this year in order to move forward. So that is something that if the traffic commission is in favor of taking some action here, we can go ahead and put this project out for bid. This year, the timeline of construction would be next summer, which we would wait until after school is out for the year, and then have it bid on that timeline that construction would be completed before school starts again in August of 27.
So we have budgeted funds for the right turn only, yeah.
Well, yes, so the updated engineering estimate for the project as that short-term project was estimated at approximately $300,000. In that, about approximately 30,000 of that was actually for this right turn only, factored in. The rest of it is actually the normal road maintenance that we're doing.
So are we looking at, scenario one or two? I see scenario one has got something going on there at McClellan as well.
So this would be right turn only off of South Detroit heading north, or heading to the north, turning onto Post Street. Right turn only off of Post Street, headed, yes, you have it right here. Still allowing the left-hand turn to go east off of South Detroit heading south. Our bill's got it pulled up.
Looking at the handout, it looks like there's something going on there at McClellan.
Yeah, so if you remember from VS's presentation, this actually improves, takes it from an F at the grade of the intersection here at Detroit and Poe, and took that up to a C, which again, a B or a C is kind of ideal, means you're engineering for the actual demands of the intersection. McClellan, it did not help improve McClellan Street at that intersection, but it didn't make it any worse either. And that was our main thing of looking into that.
It's still gonna be whatever it is.
Right.
Now, is that right turn only a stop?
Excuse me, I forgot to mention, if anybody has any comments from here, if you could stand up here in the mic, I'd appreciate it. Please, thank you. We had a lot of unidentifiable words at our last meeting due to not being here.
Okay.
So if you could help us out.
Just wondering if the right turn is a stop or is that a, like, yield?
So that right turn, actually, we have not fully determined what we were gonna do with that. It does show the stop bar right there. What we had discussed was making that just a free-flowing turn there and putting a yield sign coming from the south.
And normally that would be,
So heading,
coming south would be, they would have to yield anyhow.
It's putting a yield sign here, where you have to wait for this will not be a stop sign, and it will be able to flow.
thank you.
Do you have a preference?
No, I'm just inquiring.
Okay.
So we would have to make some changes as far as where the ordinance goes. Eliminate the stop sign at both places. There's not a stop sign from Pope going north then, correct?
Correct.
There would not be a stop sign going east onto Pope. However, there would be a yield sign going south on Detroit.
Okay, so, going north on Detroit from Pope, there's a stop sign there, but we would take that one out, right? Make that free flowing?
Correct.
Because there's no reason to make a stop. There is no stop sign going north on Detroit, so that would be a currently, so that was gonna be free flowing, no action. And then coming south on Detroit, if you're suggesting we do put in a yield sign or, I mean, I guess that would make it clearer. It wouldn't really change what they're expected to do now,
Correct.
but it would make it more clear. But if we didn't do that, we could do this without an ordinance.
Correct. Yield sign, not required.
It wouldn't wide enough to make a right-hand turn for,
Yes, so we have looked into that with school buses and stuff on that bridge. So we actually have a left turn lane there now, so you're actually eliminating a lane, so you'll share that headed both ways.
Is that what that blue line is kind of signifying, the way it kind of goes out a little bit farther for a swing? Yeah, because that's gonna allow buses to go into half of what was the middle lane. I would actually give them more space than what they currently have.
maybe with summer too.
The only thing with this that I do foresee is Smith Street coming across from Indiana. Most likely, my recommendation to the commission would be to turn that, if we implement this, if we do choose to move forward, would be to make that a one-way only headed east from Indiana to south.
That would be this one here?
Correct.
to go west on that if I could.
So you recommend making that one-way east?
Correct.
To keep,
Yeah.
to keep people from cutting the Detroit stoplight.
So we're not sending traffic back through residential area right there. Smith Street is a very narrow road to the.
It's an alley.
Yeah.
Alley size.
Is there, had you had a chance to talk with the state about the light at, Wyoming?
Yes, so I did have some conversations, they said as we move forward and we see what traffic patterns and flows are, that they could retime the light, for those needs to allow for, longer east-west times. They could look at adding a left turn arrow at that intersection for people headed north and going west. That there was multiple ways that they could, to help mitigate the increased traffic in that area, at the intersection of Wyoming.
Any, discussion from the public? If so, please stand up here. Thank you. You're going in.
With the double line, just right across from the shop, does that mean that can cars still turn into our parking lot?
Yes.
Okay,
From the south.
but then where the gray is, that's a big long barrier, or that's going to be a barrier? Okay. The only thing I ask is that whomever is designing this, please allow us to have cars being able to pull in, like not go too far back. Because how it's drawn, it goes back to our fourth window, which is pretty far back from our shop. You're taking up probably 4 car
And
spaces.
this is just a
Like,
drawing,
it's just a
Linda, so
drawing? Okay.
once we get the full detailed plans and stuff, we'll be happy to share those with you. Again,
Okay.
our intention here is not to impede your business.
Oh, I know, but
or
I'm
anything
here
whatsoever.
to
It's-
kind of advocate, because we've been a little gun shy about this. And then if you come up, if you're going to talk about the light on Winona and Detroit, being able to turn left, I think it's really smart on Winona to be able to turn left also. Because it's almost impossible to turn left right there.
Onto South Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to be clear, you're requesting, the ability for people coming south on Detroit to be able to park in the parking lot.
That's correct, to cross the whole line, yes.
This might be jumping the gun, have you decided on what those barricades are, if that's concrete or plastic ballards, or is that still?
It will be concrete if we go with this thing, yes.
Okay. And then there's already, when there's a train and traffic gets backed up around Prairie, a lot of people come onto the oncoming traffic lane and continue up to Detroit. So that's, I could still see that happening. It'll be interesting to see once this gets implemented, that situation, if that continues. Yeah.
Well, and having it free flowing, was kind of like the long-term deal of the roundabout of it kind of queuing itself as a, we're never gonna be able to stop the train. I mean, that's a situation, but with having the free flowing traffic that will basically unload itself when it's, without having, having to stop at a stop sign or stop light.
By forcing, a right turn coming off Detroit on Poe should eliminate, a large amount of traffic. It'll eliminate anybody
Now, like when traffic is backed up, like right now, and people cross that double yellow, would that be illegal? Okay, that happens quite a bit.
There's a double yellow there, man. They turn when they're southbound, they turn into the parking lot as it is now.
No, when traffic backed up from the train, they come around onto oncoming traffic, like around Pope even, or Prairie, and they're heading north. There's a lot of traffic that just goes, around the stop traffic, and continue north.
Which will not be an option with this.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if people still do that.
I didn't know I would be a barrier.
I know, yeah.
Well, obviously, once this goes into effect, we'll have actually control specific for that purpose. So while people are getting this figured out, so I mean, if they're doing that, they're gonna stop.
Thank you.
Dustin, you know how high that barrier would be?
I don't foresee it being, overall high, I wouldn't expect it to be more than a foot tall. They're probably like just basically a curve.
If they try to go over it, they would notice.
They're gonna
feel it.
Yeah, it'll be high enough to take. There'll be marked like bollards and delineators sticking up out of it as well.
Okay. Any other discussion among the public or the board members? I will make a motion to move forward with the Pope and Destroy improvement option number one, right turn only with center curve.
I will second that.
Thank you, Joel and Cindy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, our recommendation is that we go with the short term. Thank you, Dustin, for that presentation. We'll make that recommendation to the city council, and a couple of you know what's going on.
Are we making it, are we
No, I think
saying that we
the,
need to have a yield sign or do a one-way on Smith?
we will as we get closer, but I think the main thing, the objective was for this meeting was just to make sure that everybody was on board with moving forward.
So will this, do you think this will come to council, or does it matter? It wouldn't have to.
It wouldn't have to unless once the ordinance for the signage.
I'm agree with the way it is.
Yeah, I am, in the audience saying.
We'll have a lot more to discuss between now and next summer when this starts and things too. We'll have updates, and if we decide we need to inform the public a little bit more or make any changes as far as traffic ordinance.
Right, but just to clarify, on Jack's question, it will not require city council action at this point. We'll move forward with the board's decision to go ahead with the project.
Maybe we just make the council members.
We can make them aware.
Well, yeah,
I'll let you do that.
okay.
All right, very good. Let's move on to new business, Shadow Lake subdivision speed limit. For those of you who don't know, Shadow Lakes was in the county, or isn't in the county, and we need to make some streets, city streets ordinances. Is that correct?
Correct, so the request came in to lower the speed limit in Shadow Lake subdivision to 25 miles an hour. Currently, the entrance into Shadow Lakes off of, Joel has it in here, the first street entering into the subdivision is still in the county. As you turn right, after you go up about 300 feet onto Ontario Lane, then it becomes City of Warsaw. With the remaining of the addition is all inside the City of Warsaw. So when this was annexed in from the county had actually adopted a 25 mile an hour
second.
Thank you, Brad and Jack. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, very good.
Dustin, will this take care of this person's concern, or do they actually happen to be in the county?
Well, I don't know exactly where their
We can direct
location
them.
was, it didn't come to myself direct, but it will at least make the ordinance enforceable, or the
Yeah.
sign enforceable, for PD, so, that will drastically help.
And how long has the speed limit signs been up there?
I'm not sure exactly when the rest of the subdivision was annexed in, it's been probably 10+ years, I'm assuming. So, yeah, a while.
Confirmation from Jeremy Steven, okay?
I knew I didn't recognize the font on the speed limit sign, so that was not our sign, I got on the check, it was, from the county. So, I did get with, Mr. Cannon, the county highway department's, sign technician, and he sent me over their ordinance, so, I will reach out to city attorney Scott Royce and have him draft a resolution for council with, traffic safety commission's recommendation to move forward with that.
Very good. All right, committee planning updates.
I've got a short update. A number of us met last Monday concerning school bus stop arms and violations and so forth. Had Mark Fick, Detective Keller, Captain Dean, prosecuting attorney Dan Hampton, and myself. We came up with a number of different things that we think that we can implement, some that we may have to, first of all, go to some of our state legislators and ask them for help on. But, yeah, I was very encouraged by the amount of things that we came up with. We may not want to implement them all at once, but maybe do a few of them. We discussed that. I'll have a more full report at the next meeting. One thing I was really encouraged about was, according to Mark and the prosecutor, Warsaw seems to be the model for the state of Indiana when it comes to how to deal with stop arm violations. That was very encouraging. As a matter of fact, Prosecutor Hampton stated that just on the same day or the next day or right close proximity when I talked to him about being part of this gathering, he said that he had received a phone call from the Marion prosecutor wanting to know what we're doing because they'd heard that we were doing good things and they wanted to know what they could implement, how to do it. And I think Mark has been in touch with them as well, does with some of the school systems down there. I guess that, brings my mind a little bit at ease, that at least we're on the cutting edge, but at the same time, we're still pushing forward to try to make it better. So I'll have a fuller report for you next month.
Thank you, Jack. Any other planning updates? Other matters that may come before the board?
Just school starts Friday.
Stop for buses.
Yep, police will be out, running 51 routes, so we're a little over almost 5,100 kids, so. Yeah, just be prepared. Just-
K-12.
Yep, K-12, yep.
Yes, please drive safely and, we're gonna have some officers nearby, especially on the hill at Papa John's. If we can,
Myself, yes.
okay, very good. So, we, have any violations, hopefully we don't have violations early in the year and everybody stays safe, that would be great. Okay. Anything else? Thank you, Destin. Thank you, Jack. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you everyone for being here.
Right, still, I have to hurry up.
I know.
For a long time.